Hi guys, this is Dalia. Welcome back to my channel. This is a crafting channel. I do all kind of crafts, but this video is about cross stitching. I am going to do the Stitch Mania 2020 WIP parade, so I'm gonna share with you guys all the ones that I did. I end up with 20. I did 20 stars. I did not complete Stitch Mania. My goal was to do one every day until the 31st, but by the 21st, something like that, and in those 20 something days I skipped like 2 days, so I got burned out and I stopped. I didn't want to do no more stars, and so I have been taking 2 weeks off. I haven't stitched since then. I stitched the other day a little bit, like an hour or two, and that's it, but I haven't do nothing else. Hopefully I get back on that this weekend. So I'm showing up an order. I forgot one WIP downstairs. I ain't gonna go back to get it. I'll tell you which one is it. I had the pattern, but I don't have the fabric because it's in my scroll roll, so I forgot it. So I'll let you know which one it is. So the first one that I started the first days was this one. Is not how many you finish, it's how many you start, by my big toe. I'm using a pink, touch up pink 8 14 count by WIP that I purchased at 123, and this is the start. That was a good start. And I'm using color and cotton, no, Victoria Moto, and this is the color that I'm using for the letters, which I was using wrong. That's why you don't see too many variation now, but I will do it when I work on it. I will do it the correct way. Then I'm using the Jory Shamak, the Enchanted Garden, true color right there, and River Valley. So those are the flosses that I'm using for that. That is a good start. I might work on it this month on this one, so we'll see. So that is that one. I don't have the data of how much I stitch. I'll give that the next +2. The second one that I started was a freebie by Barbara Anna. Is the key. I'm using 14 count Ada in blue, vintage blue, by the Burlap company. That's the one I purchased. Again, that was a very good start also, and I'm gonna do this one a little different. It doesn't require beads, but I'm gonna bead the skirt. So these parts right here that I opened, those are gonna be beads. I think it's gonna be cute. So that is that one. It was a good start on that one too. Some of them I had good starts, some of them is like bleh. So I want to work on this one too, so I might pull this one out. The third one that I started, well, they in order, so I'm not gonna keep saying one first. Is Paris with Rose. Is this pattern right here. I don't know who it is. I don't remember where I got it from. And the fabric that I'm using is a 14 count Ada Confetti by Fabric Flare, and I'm using the Colorful DMCs. And that's a start. Not too much of it. It's just part of a rose. That's it right there. Then it's in my, the other two was an Amazon bag, and this is in a Paris bag that I created myself. The inside is like a sky. So that is the next one that I started. The other one that I started, this is the one that I forgot downstairs, which is the pandemic sampler that I designed it. And well, kind of designed it, but I didn't. It's using this pattern from Tiny Modernist, and then I'm using patterns that was from the pandemic. So that is my next star. That one I had to finish. Out of the 10 patterns that I had to use, 2 of them I finished, so I got 8 more to go. The next one that I started was another freebie by Doreen Jones, and it's a summer banner. And I'm using the Call for DMC, and I'm using the fabric that I purchased from the 14 count Ada natural beige that I purchased from birdlab.com. So that's a good start. This is a easy stitch. So that is that. I'm sure this one will come up again this month in one of the prompts, even though I'm not doing prompts, but I don't know. So that was another start. Another star was by Jardine and Amazon bags. Jardine Pride Be Just You. I'm using 14 count Touch of Pink by Wochi, and I'm using Call for Colors DMC. So that is the star. Not much of a start because she has a big skirt. So that's where I started in the skirt. So that is that. Another one was Good Intention by Kathy Barrick. I am converting all the colors. I want more pastel vibrant colors, so I'm using Victoria Moto and color cotton. So I'm using 4 Spice from Cotton. I'm using Old Bay Brown by Victoria Moto. There you go, that's all the colors. I'm using Flamingo, that's how her dress is gonna be, by Color and Cotton. I'm using Groaning Glory by Victoria Moto. Dark Lavender by Victoria Moto, and April Garden by Victoria Moto. The fabric that I'm using is 14 count Touch of Pink by Wochi, and I started on the border, and that's all I have. Not such a good start, but it's something. The border is, so I still gotta do this from this part down to the border. So that is that one. I like to grid my fabric sometimes because it's easier when it's big patterns. I like to grid it, and sometimes I start in the middle. Depends how I feel about it. But I feel that when I grid my fabric, I less mistake, because it's easy to count in the squares than when you don't have the squares. That's how it works for me. The next one that I started is a freebie. It's called Quiet Please, or Cross Stitch at Work. I don't know the name of the pattern. It's a sampler. Quaker, sorry. I'm doing it in one color only, and I'm using my favorite DMC color, which is 602. That's my favorite pink. And the fabric that I'm using is 14 count Ada Cherub by Picture This Plus, and that's all I have. That's all I have. Love this fabric. With that pink, it looks so pretty. So that is that one. Putting it back together because if not, I'll make a mess. A big mess. More than what I have. The next one that I started is by Little House Needlework. It is home. I'm a needleworker, and I think I'm changing the house. Am I? Let me see. No, I was gonna change it, but then I decided to keep the color because I like the brown. So that is all I have, which is the rooftop of the house. That's all I have. The next one that I did is by Hands Across the Sea. Is the Czech Poorhouse. I am changing the house is going to be 3 shades of pink, and the border is going to be one of the shades of pink. The rest of the colors stay the same. I'm doing this one in 28 count, even with ivory by Hobby Lobby. And I'm doing 1/1. And this is what I have. I started with the middle of the house, so that is this part right here, the big window. That's where I started. So that's what I'm doing right there, that big window. Love the 3 colors that I picked, 3 shades of pink. So that is the Checker Home by Hands Across the Seam. Is one of the little gems. So that was another one. The next one that I started is one of the freebies from #Beware and #Be Well and Stitch. It's a needlework at home. I'm doing my own colors because the paper I couldn't find the paper for the colors, so I picked my own paper, my own, and this is what I have so far. So that is that one. And the fabric that I'm using is 14 count Ada by the natural beige that I purchased from burlap.com. The next one that I started, they're all in Amazon bags because I didn't have time to make, is the Romantic Stitcher. I was gonna do a conversion, but then it was hard for me to do it, so I just decided to stitch it as it, except I'm not gonna stitch the frame, and I decided to do it that color because in the fabric that I'm using is 14 count Ada by it was the natural beige that I purchased from burlap, but I dyed it and I love the way the color came out. So I think the blue one will look good, and the blue will look good with this. So that's why, and that's all I had. That's the top of the head, the top of her hair. That's all I have. The little minder is so cute. I got that one from Amazon because she's stitching out. She has a hoop in hand, so that's why I got that hoop. So that's all I have. She's a big piece, so I don't have no she's by Passione Ricano. She's a big piece, a lot of pages, so she's not gonna be anytime, not this year, maybe the next year or next, who knows. So that was my Romantic Stitcher. The next one that I have is by Country Needleworker, and is Afternoon in Paris. I am doing call for, and the fabric that I'm using is 18 count 18 count Ada sterling by Picture This Plus. It's a beautiful color, and that's what I have. The Eiffel Tower, that's all I have. So love that fabric, it's beautiful. There you go, you got the same color right there. That is that. The next one that I started was it is in my London Girls fabric by the Hobby Lobby Girls bag that I created myself. And this one was a fail, but I think I figured out how to do it. This one is the Mary Mary by Linda Stitches. Mary Mary Needleworker. I'm using a 28 count even width that I hand dyed myself a long time ago. And this was a completely fail. I have a lot of trouble with it. So that's all I have right there. That's all I have right there. So I was using, it's a lot of trouble. So I started it with 2/1, didn't work. I'm using the tois for the dress. And I was having trouble using this thing, but I think I figured it out. I think I just gotta use one strand and not too long, and work it like that, and hopefully that will work. So soon I'm gonna restart it again, using it, and see what happened, because the dress is gonna be the pink etoile, the lettuce is gonna be the gray etoile, or the black one, I'm not sure which one. I think it's black. And then the colors, the rest of the colors are gonna be the call for DMC. So, but I had trouble using that thread the first time, so it got frustrated, so I stopped it. Next time I picked it, I will do it one strand and not do long strands, because it gets messed up real fast. So this is the only fail that I have in Stitch Mania, and not everything can be perfect, right? So it's okay, she will get restarted. The other one that I started was a freebie. It's called Black Hearted Queen. She is all done in black and 310, and I'm using 14 count Ada that I hand dye have pink. Love the way it came out, and she is gonna be all black. If I would have the black etoile in my hand when I started it, I would have done it like that, but she's already started, good start, so she's gonna stay all like that. Maybe I do the letters in with the tois, but for now it stayed like that. So that is that. The other one that I started was by hands-on design and so much to love. Is the I love my stitching. So I could do this part and then do the handbag with it, because it comes with instruction, but I'm gonna stitch this twice. I'm gonna do one with a bag, and then I'm gonna do another one, another colors for my room. The fabric that I'm using is 14 count Ada Touch of Pink by Wochit that I got at Hobby 1, 2, 3 stitch, and that's all I have. And the reds is gonna be the 602. So it's gonna be this teal grade and 602. So that's all I have. The next one that I did was it's another bag from the girls from Hobby Lobby, but this is a different. This is the envelope bag that I do. I just put white fabric inside. I don't waste fabric in the inside because nobody see it. The fabric that I'm using is 14 count Ada Country Coffee Mocha by WIP. And the pattern is Seeking Refuge, and I am gonna alter it. I'm gonna add another line at the end that says stitch when the war with the I don't have it here. It's stitch when the war stop. Oh, see, I have it here. It is stitch it when the war stood still in 2020. So this has to be finished in 2020. So because it's gonna have the year 2020. So what I started in the house, and all I have done is the door. That took me 3 hours to do that door. So that's all I have. So I gotta work on this more because this has to be finished in 2020. Because it's always the pandemic sampler because they're gonna be dated 2020. So they need to be finished. So those are ones that need priority in my oh my god, in my rotation. The next one that I did was my Frida. This is a Frida bag that I did. I had to do it small because the fabric was not enough. And it was a fat quarter, but I don't know. It was the way the orientation of the fabric. When the fabric is not oriented, and for me to do this envelope things, I had to cut the fabric and then put it together so it could all be the same way. They don't be all upside down. So I didn't have enough for the fabric to do. The one that I'm doing is the Barbara Anna design, and it's Frida, Viva la Vida. I'm not doing this top part, just her. And the fabric that I'm using is a 14 count. Is it 14 count or 18 count? Oh, let's put it right here. It's an 18 count great in white petite point by don't know who. Didn't write that down. So it's hard to see what I'm doing, just the top of her forehead. It's right there. It's hard to see in camera, but it's easy to see in real life. And once I have her hair around, you'll be able to see it better. So that is that. I was thinking on changing the fabric to a color like that, so I might, because I think this fabric is a little busy. You could see still the dots through the beige. So I think I'm gonna change the fabric. I'm not sure. I have plenty of beige. I could coffee dye one and do it in a coffee dye one. So because I have white there too, and I don't think the white is gonna look good. So I might have to change the fabric and save this for any Christmas thing. So she needs to be restored, and I'm gonna put a note right here. Change fabric. So that is my Frida Viva la Vida fabric. And the last one that I started, which was the one that I was like, I can't do this no more. I think I only worked for 15 minutes on it. So it doesn't have much. It's a free, again, from the hashtag Be Well and Stitch movement. This one is by Needle and Thread, by the Needle and Thread. And so that's that, and I'm using 310 to do this, and this is all I have. That's all I did. I was like, nope, I'm not in the mood for this. I don't want to stitch no more. I'm done with Stitch Mania, and that's all I did. 15 minutes. That, I think it's like 43 stitches there, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll be happy to pick it up again soon, but I've been busy with other things, so I haven't stitched. I did start stitching the other day, but that's it. So that's all I had. That was my Stitch Mania stars. There's some of them that I want to work. There's a few that I think I could finish this year, and one that needs to be finished, like Seeking Refuge, needs to be finished this year because it's dated 2020 for what's going on. And so is my pandemic, which I started in Stitch Mania. It needs to be finished 2020 because it's dated 2020. Or even if it takes me to next year, it happened in 2020. We all know that, so I ain't gonna stress myself with that. I will finish what I can on 2020. June is a no plan month. I'm doing what I want. July is coming. I'm starting to set up Christmas in July, or Jolly July, however you want to call it. And then I had to set up for August, which is sampler month. Sampler month is just you work on sampler, which I'm gonna combine my samplers and my Quakers. Quakers is like a sampler. So that's gonna be the month of August. So I don't know when I will go back to my regular rotation, because July and August is already plan of what I'm supposed to work on. And then September we start with Halloween and fall. So we'll see because I already have 59 WIPs that I had to work on during the year, even though this month has, there's months that you got these things that you got to work on. So I had to find time to do all that. Christmas, it will be stitched in July and then back again in December. So whatever I don't finish in July will be in December. And I need to do some ornaments for Halloween, because I want to do a Halloween tree this year and a cross stitch ornament tree. So I had to get my butt in gear for that. So that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you guys, my Stitch Mania stars. So hopefully I'll come back within a week or two with a regular floss tube, because this week I did not stitch. What I stitched is not worth showing, so I ain't gonna do a floss tube for that. So once I do a little more and work on other WIPs, I'll come back. So thank you for watching, and until next time, bye now.